Burn Island erupts with confusion. OpenSea goes the way of the blur, and the G20 wants a global crypto framework. I'm Busy NFT. You're watching All Things Web3. VeeFriends Burn Island popped off, with Eruption 1 being a sweepstakes opportunity to win a Gary originally owned VF Series 1. The G.O.O, not Go, Dynamic Dinosaur. It's definitely G.O.O. I think Gary failed phonics in the 4th grade. Did you just make that up? It could be true. This video is already a mess. The G.O.O Dynamic Dinosaur Spectacular Lava is one of only 80 G.O.O VF1 specs that exist, making it extremely rare. The estimated value currently is around $10,000 to $12,000. Go back and watch my last video to understand a little more how the Burn Island mechanics work. But at the time of this recording, 378 tokens have been burned already, which deflates the supply and likely increases the value of all the remaining tokens. Everyone, please pay attention to what you're burning. 2 big mistakes have already been made, where someone burned a gratitude token and someone else burned a conviction token for this eruption. The book game's floor right now is only about $150, and those 2 tokens alone are going for $2,000 and $1,500 respectively. At the very least, before you burn, send me a comment or tweet and I'll help you confirm you're not about to throw away thousands of dollars. All right, so here's the drama. There's a catch that you may not be aware of. In the United States, there are laws regarding sweepstakes that require an option to be inserted for people to participate without actually making a purchase. You've seen it said, no purchase necessary, void where prohibited, all of that. That's what we're talking about here. So for VeeFriends Burn Island, it's no different. Tucked away in the terms and conditions, we find this provision. If you don't want to burn your tokens, you can simply mail in an entry on a piece of paper for the cost of a postage stamp. So on one side, you have people who are burning hundreds of dollars worth of tokens, sometimes thousands, for their opportunity to enter, whereas others are just paying 63 cents for a postage stamp. You want to talk about an eruption. When people found this out, they were not happy. Some argue that the odds won't be fair. Others express sadness that the devoted fan base that's willing to burn is losing out because of this loophole. Roman Tata summed it up well. It's left a sour taste in the mouths of the V-fam. I wonder if Gary will reveal exactly how many mail-in entries come through, and I also wonder what the total percentage of entries will be those mail-ins. My guess is that only a small percentage of people will actually mail something in as an entry, but those few people are probably going to do a lot. I've seen pictures of stacks of envelopes that people were going to mail. Even so, only entries, including mail-ins from eligible participants, will be accepted. This means you have to be age of majority, which in the US is 18. You have to have registered a VF account before February 21st, and you had to own a Book Games token in your registered wallet prior to that date. So as with anything, people are going to try to find workarounds and maybe game the system. Unfortunately, bad news often carries a lot faster and farther than good news, and Gary has worked really hard to promote optimism and positivity. So the question is, how does he fix this? Obviously, the VeeFriends team is going to learn from this and adjust moving forward. If only a few people do mail-ins, it's likely sweepstakes will continue as planned. But for those who burned this time, Gary could do a very GaryVee thing and reward those who believed in him and continued to invest in this project. 1, he could replace the Book Games tokens for those who burned from his own wallet, or go out on the market and buy those and then transfer them to those people. Now, this would be an extraordinary step, but it would immediately turn the FUD around in a drastic way. Or 2, Gary could just do a giveaway of another G.O.O VF1 spec to those who burned. It wouldn't be a sweepstakes, it would be a giveaway just like he's done in the Discord many times, with a snapshot of the wallet addresses of those who burned. In my opinion, the momentum of Burn Island hangs in the balance following this eruption. If VeeFriends wants Burn Island to be deflationary, you have to convince people that it's worth it to burn their tokens. Let me know in the comments what you think Gary should do. Did you lose trust in VeeFriends because of this situation? How do you feel about it? OpenSea finally catches up with the speed of crypto and moves to optional royalties. The longtime leader in NFT marketplaces, OpenSea has been under immense pressure since last year to adapt to the no royalties movement. They suspended their marketplace fee and moved to optional creator earnings. They also unblocked other marketplaces with the same policies. If you've seen my previous videos, you know that this was only a matter of time. Consumers, of course, value their creators, but they value the bottom line even more. Last year, OpenSea tried to honor royalties and block other marketplaces that didn't, but Blur found a workaround and consumers migrated quickly. As of this past week, Blur accounts for more than 70% of the daily NFT trading volume on the Ethereum chain. Not everyone thinks that this is a good thing. Crypto trend analyzer Kofi argues that Blur's volume comes from just 500 wallets, many of which are doing wash trading. Head over to my guy at Mosher Roth to get more on that word of the day. Short term, NFT traders feel like they're saving money, but these marketplaces and creators are going to have to find another source of revenue, and fast. Some creators are adding interesting terms to their T&Cs. VeeFriends has it in their terms that, quote, if you sell a VF NFT on a third-party marketplace, you agree to include a statement substantially similar to the following in the description of the NFT. And that statement is 10% royalty applies. See VeeFriends terms for details. I don't know how they enforce this en masse, but the statement is there for you or your lawyer to read.
Yes! Yes! Oh, yeah! Can you feel that, buddy? Huh?
And on cue, the G20 wants to create a global crypto regulatory framework, and it could begin as early as this year. The International Monetary Fund, the Financial Stability Board, and the Bank for International Settlements are working to create a crypto framework for the world. They want to reduce risk and ensure long-term stability, or so they say. This comes at the same time as countries like the UK and the US are experimenting with digital currencies of their own. Couple this with my video this month, how the SEC is cracking down on crypto exchanges, and you can't help but get the feeling that governments really do want to centralize control of crypto.
But they are who we thought they were.
Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen is saying that the US wants to avoid banning crypto, but does leave the door open for the possibility. And for its part, IMF Managing Director Kristalina Georgieva has called for a ban consideration. The G20 guidance is slated for September of this year, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. But I will continue to monitor government stances and postures and let you know what you need to be looking out for. What do you think? Will the government ban crypto? What do you think about national digital currencies? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a video. Until then, Web3 is the future. Book games is forever. See you next time.